covered the concept of change and mobility, communication, and media also. So the change in different in layman as a change, I would like to share my PPT. Is it visible? Okay, now come to the change. What does it mean? It is a process of becoming or making something different. And change can be two types, physical and chemical. Physical is a if you can touch like a cutting piece of paper, and it is reversible because we can join it. And chemical is like some, it is irreversible, and for example, rusting of iron. Now we come to the social change. Any change as a sociologist, any change which impact to society, that is social change. It means the alteration of mechanism within the social structure, characteristic by changes in cultural symbol, rules of behavior, social organization, or values. So it is a change, or it is a change in human interaction, relationship, and the transform cultural and social institution. Such as social movements in civil society, women's right, LGBT, LGBTQ, or some names. So relationships have changed, institutions have changed, cultural norms also have been changed. So these are the social change. And this is a very interesting because our collective power to influence the social change, and we accept the change is constant. We do not have to accept that we are powerless in it way. So it is a social change. Some theories like Marx, Weber have given some theories. And what is the characteristic of change? So change is a universal. You cannot say ki this is a this place have changed but not that place change. So change is a universal, and change can be planned and both unplanned also, and change have some consequences, some results. It can be also social change. Now come to the source of change. Source of change is a, it is a social change is a system of hierarchy or stratification, and if such mobility involve a change in position, especially in occupation, but no change in class, it is called horizontal mobility. It is a kind of, so we have some kind of change like cultural change, economic change, political change. And now we come to the cultural process. Cultural process is introducing some new things, abandoning old ones, reinterpreted, reinterpreting the existing one, and so on. And these are some process like invention. It is a source of change. Discovery is also a source of change. And you can say social structure is also value and idea, and also environment is also, you can say, a change. Now we come to the social mobility. What is social mobility? As a uh, like it can be defined as a change. It is also another form of change in the social position of individual within the system of social stratification. And in the following subsection, look at the social mobility, and it is highly rigid social stratification system of caste. Caste is an example of social mobility because caste status in modern, please mute yourself. Caste status in modern India, it is not absolutely fixed forever. And social mobility in the caste system is not the same as in the found in the class system. So caste and class are two different concepts. In class system, even an individual can move from one status to another status, but in caste system we cannot move. It is a kind of ascribed status. Now I request to all learner, please mute yourself. Otherwise, it is very difficult to speak. So, lack of social mobility has been quite useful in the caste system or for the caste system, and as well as for Indian society. And it has introduced stability and stronger organization in the caste, and the lack of social mobility introduced the contentment in the life of an individual and save him from frustration, competition, suicide, and stress. So, I have a question: that social mobility in the caste is very important, and class system is involved open a group where the status are achieved by him through his own hard work. I'm telling about class system. So class system is a system of rational groups which is not rigid about restrictions on occupation, but caste have ascribed kind of system. So social mobility in class system has its own values, and class system is quite liberal, democratic, and modern. Now I have one MN Srinivas concept, that is Westernization and Sanskritization. These concepts come from the famous sociologist MN Srinivas and his study from Rampura village, Mysore, and he was a very uh, I mean, his studies totally depend on rural areas. So now come to the Sanskritization and Westernization. Sanskritization is a like a you can say it is a uh, like a lower caste own or follow upper caste upper caste rituals is called Sanskritization. And give me 1 minute. मैं अभी बात करती हूँ या वेट अ मिनट no give me some time, I'll talk to after 5. Okay. And Westernization is a process whereby society come under or adopt Western culture in industries, technologies, law, clothing, language, religion. So the word in the last few centuries. But some thinker assuming Westernization is to equivalent of modernization. A way of thought is often debated. So the overall process of Westernization is often two-sided in that Western influence and interests themselves are joined with the part of affected society. So MN Srinivas refer a westernization to the changes brought about in Indian society and culture as a result of over 150 years of the British rules, and the term subsumes changes occurring at the different levels like technology, institutions, ideology values also. So MN Srinivas traced westernization from period of British Raj, and surely the colonial rule uh, brought with its exploitation and suppression of masses of people both at the rural and urban levels. So at the same time, it also brought certain radical changes in the Indian society. So this is westernization. And what is impact of westernization in Indian society? The encounter between the Indian society or Indian tradition and the Western culture was immense sociological significance. The Western traditions had meaningful impact upon the culture, upon the political and social system of the India, and the mode of Western culture impact on the Indian tradition has distinct feature. uh, Historically, earlier, various Western traditions came to India with differing political and cultural orientation. So this is a westernization. Now come to the mobilization and change. Mobilization and change is a literal meaning of to organize people of particular region. People of particular region means when we talk about mobilization in context of disadvantages of the group, we are referring to such a way of organizing people. So if we talk about mobilization in in Indian context, so we can say we would have some positive impact on lives of people for the whom the action is initiating. Now I would like to say something about Sanskritization. It is also introduced by M.N. Srinivas, where people of lower caste collectively try to adapt to upper caste practices. And Sanskritization is not very new phenomena because it has been process of cultural change in Indian history and occurred in every part of the Indian subcontinent. So, M.N. Srinivas, this term given around 1971 in his book Social Change in Modern India, and he said on that book, low caste or tribe or other group change its custom, rituals, ideology, and way of life in the direction of high frequently twice born caste. He gave also a term twice born caste. So, what is the analysis of process of Sanskritization by M.N. Srinivas? Sanskritization denotes the process of upward mobility of, you can say, in this process, caste is trying to increase the position of caste, not at once, but over a period of time. It would take some time, a period of one or two generation. So, the second point is mobility with that is involved in the process of Sanskritization result the positional changes for particular caste, particular section, and not need necessary lead to structural changes. So this is a Sanskritization. Westernization, I have told you. Mobilization and change. It is a study of deliberate uh, political process by which movement establish control over resources, and so you can say it is a very important factor for bringing about change, especially mobilization of people, those who change to dire necessity. You can see this picture about mobilization. And now come to the self-help group. What is self-help group? Self-help group is a informal association of people who come together to find improve their condition. And these self-help group made for especially for those people live in a rural area and don't have not able to take loan from the banks, so that time self-help group mates. So it is a very small informal group, and with objectives enabling member of the reap economic and share group responsibility. So this benefit include small loans of the group saving and also access to formal credit and inspired by as well as pursuit of group and activities. So self-help group in India, uh, it is case inspired by success of one bank, Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, and it is started for poor in 1975. It is also a case in mobilization, and some it is very popular with many NGOs in rural India, and so that's why the name indicate it is a self help, because it basic goal that help to group try to achieve some characteristic of self help group. These are like group is very small and identical interest, intimate knowledge of member, flexible and responsible, simple documentation. It is not formal group, it is an informal collective leadership and group solidarity, collective action, self help. Now what is benefits of self help groups? uh, Benefits of self-help group is first, promotion of thrift and saving. It means it insists on regular saving, fixed small of amount. It is compulsory saving lead to accumulation of big fund, and cost efficiency, better access to institutional credit. Also, it can help to rural women gaining better access formal institution. These are the things, and it also implement income generation program by collectively addressing entrepreneurs problems like input, improving production, marketing facilities, obtaining better term through their collective bargaining strength. So this is like a self-help group being a people entered organization, and it can take up by various development activities in the area of education, in the area of water supply, environment, sanitation, etc. So this is benefit of self-help group. Now empowerment. Empowerment is a very common term in these days, and empowerment means it is a degree of autonomy, and it is a bringing transformation in all walks of life, or in all walks of life, if any individual or every individual uh, citizen of the country. And empowerment aim to provide the sense of participation and give to the secure feeling that their voice will be heard irrespective of their economic status. For example, the example of empowerment of workplace. So what is the essential things of the empowerment? Everybody know the equality, and equality needs to be achieved. Everybody wants. So in working for equality, the aim is not to achieve parity in size and shape of human beings, or leave them with equal portion of health. So we will address those areas where equal treatment can be given to all. That is, before law, equal and inalienable rights, equal freedom, equal moral equality, political equality. These are the of or important ingredients of empowerments. And now we come to the four kind of social empowerment. And the social empowerment means removal of all existing socially induced inequality, disparity, and other persisting problems, beside providing easy access to minimum services. It is a very important to dynamic process, and when the section of society, particularly the weaker section like SC/ST and women's, is to conferred to right to property, right for literacy, equality in the political process. So radical transformation in the social practices in a society where money has retained, that is social empowerment. Now come to the economic empowerment. Economic empowerment is a it is a provision of training and development come income generation activities with forward and backward linkages with the ultimate objective of making community economic independent and self reliant. This is a economic, and political is a related to uh, uh, conferring the right to decide priority of the development, and what best cited to the individual is political empowerment. And culture, as I told you, culture is a learning behavior, and this is a complex area revolve around the belief, values, language, art, custom, rituals are characterize the society, and these cultures are more take more time in the changes and cultural lag. Cultural lag uh, is a slow down the empowerment process. All have told you. Now come to the empowerment of people rural empowerment of a poor rural people through initiating in the agriculture or natural resources. This is my next slide. And what I have told you, agricultural and natural resources are the crucial for poor growth, and empowerment is a key to the success of sustainable development and initiative. Now come to the political empowerment, which I have told you, social also, cultural also. Now, what is self-help group? It is a strategy for empowerment of weaker section. When self-help group made, what studies observe, it is an indicator of empowerment of weaker section. So many like Gujarat, Karnataka have so many things for the student. They involve people of weaker section, economic and social political. They break social and gender barriers, and allowing the former of mixed group based on economic consideration. So the since the member of group chart their own course with the begin, help the government and NGO, they gain self-confidence to determine their own. This is a strategy for empowerment. Wait for 5 minutes. So it is a weaker section. for self-help group and especially for women, because women entrepreneur have the uh, will to begin enterprises but do not have the resources of fulfill their dreams. And self-help group comprises a small group of women who came together to make regular monetary contribution and emerging as important to microfinance system. And also it work as a platform that promotes solidarity among women, bringing together on issues of health, issues of nutrition, gender parity, gender justice. And it is also made a significant contribution in developing entrepreneurship aptitude among rural women by enhancing their skill and giving them a chance to engage in various activities. This is a chart for conversion with scheme of line department. It is all centered by self-help group like housing, DRDA. DRDA is a district rural development agency, education, police, civil supply, panchayat, health, agriculture, non-conventional energy. These are all are related to self-help group. Now come to the voluntary organization. It is also a change agent. Voluntary organization is a indicator of change agent, and it is like emphasize the fact that citizens freely form these organization and they are autonomous, independent for both government of the market. And it referred to presence of volunteer within the non-profit organization, although many voluntary organization are more dominated by professional staff than volunteer. So this is voluntary organization. पानी ला दो. So you can say कि information, IEC, self-help group, and all things are related to dynamics of change. Now come to the information, education, communication. It is abbreviated as IEC, and it is a strategy to spread awareness through communication channel to the target audience and to achieve a desired positive result. So, uh, it is a strategy of sharing information through the broadcast of the print media or interpersonal communication in a manner appropriate to the target groups, culture, and values. And it is intended to instill positive knowledge for appropriate behavior in the community and which will promote preventive health measure and development. So these channels or IEC material are either printed or broadcast media such as poster, flyer, leaflet, brochure, booklet, radio broadcast, or TV spot. But why information, education, communication need? IEC is a information communication. Education is a proven power tool for the bringing social change, dynamics of social change. And these strategies is a research based consultative processes and designed for the addressing knowledges, attitudes, and practice to bring positive change in the behavior and attitude to the target groups. So they define the community needs and create awareness, promote health education, and guide them on how to exercise their right. So some beneficial authorities are also here. I would like to explain like variety of channels for IEC. IEC program engaged on the different channel of communication, which is excessively advantage for the dissemination of the message to varied target group. One another benefit is cost effective. Cost effective means printed IEC material are cheap and expensive, everyone know, and thus they are suitable for low budget program, and message intended for the mass are conveyed on the broadcast medium like television. We can broadcast, which are very effective for information to the large audience. And another benefit is building capacity. IEC program users, not user, ushers in informations, skills and knowledge to target group, which is very essential for positive health measure. Now, another benefit is target specific. The participatory nature of IEC program provide a sublime opportunity to engage with the local community, established good rapport, and to define their specific needs. So the enhance the effectiveness of the program, and also provide ambient environment for the evaluation, improvement, and sustenance. One is also benefited, that is feedback. IC program also have a feedback which is very vital for the clarifying question, reinforce and solving issue. This is also very benefited indicator. And another one is external support. These kind of program can be support from other counterpart government, community leadership, opinion leadership, local supports groups. So these are also, and some logos and symbol, like when information education communication campaign have established outstanding logos, symbol, it has also helped sustain their movement and campaign also. So the like red ribbon, white ribbon logo are the instrument in spreading the awareness about the HIV, AIDS, elimination of the various violence against women. So many logos are there. Now, one is entertainment is also a indicator or benefited by IEC. It is a like a message catering to the need to individual and group can be conveyed through the channel in an entertaining manner, captivating the attention of the audience. Jingles in the radios, bulletin in the televisions, picture graphics are also entertaining. What is the strategy of IEC program in rural area? Actually, implementation in the rural area. So the various health and developmental program intended for rural areas, and it demand efficacious IEC strategies, and this effectiveness of the strategy depend on the building good rapport with the community and the message appeal, even the medium of communication, the feedback, and the provision of supplies. It is advisable to present your message in the factual and accurate also, and easy to understand manners like pictorial representation for text are recommended. Like this is also the mode of I'm teaching, like PPT is also a kind of EEC tool. So these are spread through the all over the world, and also in rural area. So what is the role of IEC in rural development India? Why we are talking about in rural development India? So government and social organization coupled with the health agencies and have extensively used IEC is also integral medium for a social change for the development, especially in rural area. So rural area, the dire need for the resources, unsuitable economic conditions, lack of awareness and literacy have made these communication program inevitable. So many areas it for IEC help in rural development like health sector, governance schemes and right awareness. And the real goal of IEC is a advancement knowledge of and dissemination of the truth. So come to this picture is a role of IEC in rural development. This is a benefits I have told you. This is a concept of process. What is the concept of process? These four process: source, message, channel, and receiver. It is a process through will go. Give me 5 minute break. After 5 minutes, we'll meet. पानी दो